A big of a lie that not even CNN could cover it. Let's take a look. So if you watch all the pro-left Democratic propaganda news channels, they will tell you that the stock market is at an all-time high. They will tell you that inflation is at an all-time low. They will tell you that the unemployment rate is at an all-time low and that the middle class is thriving financially, when that is simply not the case at all. That is simply untrue. I know it had to pain CNN to finally report the facts, to finally report something true. But let's take a look at this reporting that they overinflated their job growth by over 800,000 jobs. Not 800, not 8,000, over 800,000 jobs. They missed their mark by that big of a window, because all of this is on Biden economics that he calls the greatest economic plan in American history, when it is actually the worst economic plan in American history. Let's take a look at this report.
Some breaking news in the CNN right now. The job growth has been far weaker in the U.S. than originally reported. That is according to new data just coming in this morning. Let's get right to CNN's Matt Egan. What's the...
I know it had to kill that news anchor's face to say that. You could see it on his face. He didn't want to report that, but he had to, because, hey, everybody can see the inflation that we're in, the unemployment rate that we're in. Everything is skyrocketing, but people cannot seem to find jobs. People are getting laid off left and right. Well, let's continue what CNN's reported.
Headline, Matt.
Jim, 818,000 fewer jobs were added during the period between April 2023 and March of this year. We were bracing for these revisions to come out and show that job growth was weaker, and that is what we got.
Look at that, 818,000 fewer jobs than initially reported. So from last year of April 2023 to March 2024, they added 818,000 fewer jobs than initially reported. How do you make that big of a mathematical error? It doesn't make sense. These are the same people who are in charge of hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars every single year. You mean to tell me you make that big of a mistake that you overinflate your job growth? Again, this is a flat out lie. They will go on national television and tell you all the time the economy is thriving, people are getting hired left and right, you're able to support a family financially, when this stat right here is simply not the case at all. But if you believe Biden economics, if you believe Kamala Harris, they would tell you that the economy is doing great. It was a complete flat out lie and complete bullshit.
This is probably on the high end of the expectations. Some of the forecasters had been saying probably around a few 100,000 jobs. Goldman Sachs had said maybe up to 1 million. So this is on the higher end. We're seeing some of the biggest revisions downward in sectors that include manufacturing, leisure and hospitality, professional and business services. Of course, some sectors actually added more jobs than were previously known. Private education, health services, transportation and warehousing. We look at the market, not a massive reaction from the market. I think that's in part because this is somewhat backwards looking data. What investors really care about is what happens next. And these numbers out today, they do support the idea that the jobs market has been weaker than we previously thought, and that it has been slowing down. That makes sense because we know that...
You heard them say that the job market has been weaker than they initially thought. Look at the ticker at the bottom. Major downgrade to initial estimates of job growth over the past year. I know it had to kill them to report this. All the time they've been covering up and spewing these lies to protect the Democratic Party, because that's who they lean towards, to say, look, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they are the best economic, president ever. They have made the middle class thrive financially. But this right here is not the case. They lied. They want to say overinflated. They lied about this. It's a flat out fabrication.
Fed has been working hard to slow the economy down as it tries to fight inflation. So I do think that the fact that the economy had more than 800,000 fewer jobs than previously known supports the idea that the Fed is going to start cutting interest rates next month. The question still remains whether or not it's a 1/4 point or a larger interest rate cut. But either way, it's going to lower mortgage rates, credit card rates, and car loan rates. Jim?
Yeah, all of these data points are very important, and you have to think it's all being taken into consideration for that critical decision that's coming from the Fed. Matt Egan, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Well, I want to know, what's the point of lowering all these mortgage rates and credit card rates when people don't have a job to afford them? They don't have no money in their pocket or in their bank account. So what's the point of lowering these rates, as the guy reported? How is that going to help them out if they have no money to pay for them? Their money got destroyed because of Biden economics. Did you not see all of these big time companies and corporations, even small businesses, laying people off left and right because they simply cannot afford to keep them? Google, Apple, Amazon, Walmart, TJ Maxx, JC Penney, any company or corporation, Microsoft that you can think of, had massive layoffs in the past 3.5, 4 years under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Why? Because their Inflation Reduction Act, as I like to call it, the Inflation Enhancement Act, raised taxes on all these businesses and made it more expensive, more costly for them to do business on an everyday basis. They lied about, they overinflated the job growth by 818,000. They missed the mark by almost 1 million from last year of April 2023 to March of 2024. How do you make that big of a mistake? Again, these are the same people who are in charge of counting our money. They overspent $1.7 trillion and gave it to other stuff that didn't matter. This is who these people are. Same thing, I believe California said, oh, you know, we misplaced billions of dollars. How the fuck do you misplace billions of dollars and you don't know where that went? That is just negligence at its finest. We have people who are liars, who are negligent, and who are ignorant running this country. It had to kill CNN to report this news. Look at the look on that anchor's face. Look at the look on that other guy's face. Yes, your party that you affiliate lied. People are telling you they can't get a job. Nobody's really hiring. It is all fool's play. You look at Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, people who have good resumes, went to school for 4 years, got a degree, working their way up, have the experience. They cannot even get a job at McDonald's. They can't get a job being a cashier or a store clerk because it is extremely, extremely hard. It is razor thin for these companies to hire people because they're being strapped. They're being stripped of their money to the thinnest that they can possibly be. But if you believe Joe Biden, if you believe the lies that come out of Kamala Harris' mouth, if you believe the lies that come out the left's mouth over and over and over again, they will tell you the complete opposite. They will tell you that the job market is thriving. Stock market, it's up that it's ever been. But that's not the case. They're telling you that inflation is down the lowest it's ever been. That's not the case. That is not the case at all. Eggs are still too expensive. Rent is still too expensive. Mortgages are still too expensive. Buying a car is still too expensive. Daycare is still too expensive. Bills have tripled in prices. Subscriptions keep going up. What about their plan has helped the middle class? Not a damn thing. But if you believe the bullshit, if you believe the lies, if you are a brainwashed, pro-liberal Democrat who watches NBC News, who watches ABC News, who watches CNN News, you believe their lies. They have no thorough plan to help the middle class out. They tell you the same regurgitated bullshit off a teleprompter. Yes, guys, you guys are thriving. Yes, even though everything else has went up tremendously for you, don't believe that, you know, the amount of money that you don't have left in your pocket or your bank account. Believe what we're telling you. Hey, Joe Biden, hey, Kamala Harris, I've spent over $28,000 more that I wanted to pay bills. How are you going to help bring the prices down to where they were before you took office? They don't. They don't got a goddamn plan. It took average middle-class family spent $28,000 more under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' fabulous economic plan. So it cost an average family of four $28,000 more for basic living essentials. People had to go deep into their credit card debt, go into their 401k. That's supposed to be for their retirement account. They said 75% of Americans have less than $50,000 saved for retirement. So that means that they're going to have to be working until the day that they die, all because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' Inflation Enhancement Act. They have crippled the middle class. Crippled it. But keep watching, keep voting for them, and you won't have a dime to your name. You're going to keep working until they put you 6 feet into the ground or until you get cremated. But let me know what you guys think about this report from CNN that they missed their job market. They had to revise their job market numbers by 818,000. That is a huge number. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you agree with my video? Do you agree with my commentary? Do you agree with CNN's video on this? Leave your comments down below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.